push there by Wright. Show back with it. And now Hoffman's got him lined up, but peels off on a change. Loose puck in front, knocked down. Stankoven comes in. And Isak Rosean plays that rink wide. Canada has scored first in all 3 games so far. Pass it center right to Joshua Waugh. Pokes it across to Stankoven. In comes Stankoven as Bedard comes off the bench. Stankoven works it back in the corner. Stankoven stays on it. Drops it back. Here's a chance. Clark with a shot. Rebound. Bedard chucks it back. They score! Joshua Waugh! And Canada's got the lead. 57 seconds.
What a start for Canada. Come out buzzing into the offense zone, banging around, and this fake pass for Connor Bedard. Everyone thinks he's going to tee up this one-timer from the short side, but he kicks it back to Joshua Waugh. Lindblom diving back to seal the post, and now he's got to overreact back to the middle, and that is a heck of a shot from Joshua Waugh. Cross body right under the bar, and this top line clicks again to start the game for Canada.
It's good. Janssen drops that back. Brought up by Leo Carlsson. Top-rated pick for the upcoming NHL draft. Carlsson moves in. Bumped off the puck by Del Mastro. Joshua Waugh pivots back. Throws that rink wide to Stankoven. Logan Stankoven walks right in. Stankoven shoots. He just missed. Stankoven taken down. Now Clark's got it back. Clark swings it across for Stankoven. The pass out of his reach. Engstrom back with it. Adam Engstrom had the only Swedish goal against Germany. Got credit for it. We think it was Rosean's goal, but they've never changed it. Now drop back. Engstrom shoots. That's swept away by Milic. And that might be the first Swedish shot of the game if they give them credit for it. Engstrom throws it back in front. Clark back with it. Looks ahead for Stankoven. Bedard out defeats that back. Rosean picks it off. Isak Rosean flips that back down to the Canadian zone. Beasted goes after it. Del Mastro gets hard in the air. A stop shot to the line, but not out. Odelius. Long shot goes off a skate. Del Mastro cleared that away. A stop check out to center ice. And Axel Sandin Pellikka lays out ahead for Rosean. With it. Bouncing puck goes back. There's Pettersson shoots. That was blocked by Del Mastro. Dean back around to Del Mastro. Barzal, Nepean, Ontario. Looks ahead for Bedard, who sweeps that down to the Swedish zone.
Clark just got clipped up in the face. Having trouble getting off.
Wagner moves it back across. Lucelle to Wagner shoots. He puts it wide. Back at the point. Scholl the drive. That goes wide. Sweden still got a shot here. They've come close, but not got anything on net. Engstrom turns over to Stankoven for a moment. Then Engstrom knocked that away. Show home at center ice. That pass was deflected away by Bankier. Now Bankier and with Fantilli. In comes Fantilli. Shoots. Lindblom to save. Long rebound picked up by Lucelle. He dropped it back. It was almost stolen by Fantilli. And now Fantilli has it back. Up ahead for Colton Dock. Moves it on Odelius. Feeds that back in front. Here's Bankier with it. Hayden Bankier drops it down. Hines with a shot. That's deflected away by Odelius. And now move back down to the post call. Gunther up for Waugh. Chops it. That hit the linesman. And look at Ramaki plays it back down to the Swedish zone. Sweden now with 2 shots here in the first period. Odelius being watched there by Stankoven. Stankoven stole it for a moment. And finally Odelius plays it back out. And here they come again. Waugh goes after Sandin Pellikka, draft-eligible player who will almost certainly be a first-round pick in the upcoming NHL draft. Stankoven looks down to Bedard. And Bedard goes back after it. Bedard throws that pass rink wide. Stankoven back behind. What a play! Tyson Hines faces it off, and Canada's got a 3-0 lead.
My goodness, what a one-timer by Tyson Hines. Bedard on the forecheck keeps it alive into Stankoven, but he just tees him right up. And Tyson Hines goes right over the glove. Perfect pass. Not too hard. Right there.
Drops that back and finds Janssen. Drops it off to Leo Carlsson. He and Bankier collide. Waugh stepped up and now poked at by Allen. At the point is Janssen. Back across to Rosean. Isak Rosean plays that back to Janssen. Back to Rosean. Works it and shoots. Milic save. Rebounds. Oscar's got a chance. That's turned away. Janssen steps into that. And that deflects wide. Roseanne back across to Carlsson. Johnson back at the point, waiting for it. Carlsson winds his way in. Leo Carlsson shoots. And Miller's got a piece of that. Ludwig Janssen steps around Matier. Plays that back to Carlsson. Lots of traffic in front. Roseanne with a shot. That was blocked by Waugh. Joshua Waugh's away along with Bankier. Bankier peels off on a change. Waugh moves in and shoots. Lindblom makes the save on that. And now Waugh will make his way off. Goes to Waugh. Joshua Waugh plays that back down, and Carlsson picks it back up. Carlsson turned 18 on Boxing Day. Plays for Örebro in the Swedish Hockey League. It will go early in the upcoming NHL draft. Roseanne back for Janssen. He's poke check. The puck goes off the glass. Gaucher picks it up. 40 seconds to go on the power play. Janssen. Rink wide to Beestead. Moves back in on Zellweger. Back at the point, held by Sandin Pellikka. Axel Sandin Pellikka swings it across Roseanne. Back to Sandin Pellikka. 20 seconds to go on the power play. Sandin Pellikka balled it for a moment. Now he falls and gathers it back up. Sandin Pellikka, long shot that was blocked by Gaucher. Roseanne with it. Rink wide he goes. Carlsson sends it back in front. Tipped high by Beestead. Loose behind the goal. Final seconds now on this power play. Beestead, as Roseanne makes his way off the ice, is picked up by Del Mastro. Hands it back up to center ice. Oscar Pettersson. Waved out ahead for Sternborg. That's broken up. Stankoven goes after it. And Bedard, a big hit on Oscar Pettersson. In comes Engstrom. Fans on the shot. Picked up by Korchinski. Minute 45 to go in the period. Korchinski fell. And Brandt Clark brings it up. Clark, rink wide to Korchinski. Poke ahead by Stankoven out of the reach of Korchinski. That hit Lekaramaki. And now moved ahead to Sternborg. Back for Elias Pettersson, the big defenseman, rings it back around. Ostlund lost the puck for a moment. Offman tried to thread that ahead, gets it right back.
Make life difficult for the goaltender.
Shane Wright for the face-off, loses that to Liam Ogren. Lifted high in the air by Engstrom. Hines up air to Gunther. Gunther swings that back down the Swedish zone. Ogren chomps at that, racing back is Gunther to pick it up. Gunther, another NHL player in the Canadian lineup, playing for Arizona. The NHL this season, that long shoot and chip down, and Lindblom hangs on to that. Shane Wright with Adam Engstrom, a Montreal third-round pick.
And what that power play for Sweden has done, not only give them the goal, do it for half the period.
Right out there along with Gunther and Offman. Period. Zellweger sends it back in front, chipped by Wright. Lindblom makes the stop and hangs on. And now, at the end of the play, Zellweger throwing out.
Chippy down there, but Oscar Pettersson comes down and gives Wright a little shove when he's already down on his knees, which has got to get things going. Zellweger tripping in the back of the net as well by Engstrom.
Clark with it. Drops that back for Stankoven. Up ahead to Fantilli. Adam Fantilli winds in, little head fake, moves it in.
3 points on the 3 Canadian goals. Connor Bedard finds himself just one back of Eric Lindros for the all-time points record by a Canadian in this tournament.
And now you start talking about maybe, look at this.
How about this? Like that's under duress if you miss. Robertson's right going to be in there. That unbelievable stick skills to pull that off.
Games of the World Junior. In comes Fantilli. Winds in. Adam Fantilli banks that back around. 15 seconds to go on the power play. Stankoven flips that back. Clark slaps it back in. Gaucher to Fantilli. Here's Gaucher on it. He got shoved into the boards. Stankoven had it knocked away, and it's brought out by Engstrom. Sandin Pellikka steps out. Engstrom works in, drops it to the high slot. Oscar Pettersson beats it across, and it's knocked wide by Sandin Pellikka. Good chance after the Canadian power play ended, and now Clark brings it back the other way. Gains center ice and fires that down. Lindblom hangs onto it. One shot for Kent to pick up the puck. Clark up for Bedard. In with Joshua Waugh. Waugh finds Bedard. Backhand shot that goes wide. Ogren plays it back across to Sandin Pellikka. And Waugh stepped into him. Picked up by Bedard. In with Stankoven. Bedard. Stankoven in. Stopped by Lindblom. Rebound. Loose in front. Bedard. freezes it. What a chance. And Bedard got clipped at the end of that and wasn't pleased.
The referees are going to start taking. Well, how about this pass from Bedard? He's got to float it over basically 2 sticks. Modelius and the sliding back checker. And Lindblom doing a good job keeping his glove hand up by his shoulder. Doesn't drop it. He's waiting for that puck to come back against the rebound. Connor Bedard is sniffing for a little bank shot.
By the way, and Mills comes across to make the stop on Bedard. Drops it back. Rosén shoots down. Bedard on a stick blocked by Del Mastro. Carlsson back with it. Drops it back to American League team in Ontario this year. That's poked ahead by Bedard. Here comes Connor Bedard. A rolling puck in his head.
Looking penalty. Part of that, we've seen a couple times Lindblom has made the glove save. So what does Raw try? He tries going blocker side. But Lindblom keeps that blocker up there as well to fight it off. Justin.
Back to Clark. Winds and shoots. Lindblom save. Rebound. Waugh trying to reach for that. Waugh. Back around for... At the line, bumped by Clark. Power play, lead pass. Finds Bankier moving up. Bankier tied up. 2 shots for Canada on that power play. Bankier walks out of the corner. Still tied up. And now brought away by Engstrom. What's the take place over that period? Norway coming up next year. Bedard goes in after Sjöholm. Waugh on it. And Waugh worked that free. Restaurant try for Stankoven. That was stopped short side by Lindblom for Sjöholm. Waugh on it. And Waugh worked that free. Restaurant try for Stankoven. That was stopped short side by letting well a stick. Long shot taken by Engstrom, and it's knocked down by Waugh. Bedard streaking ahead. The pass broken up at center ice by Sjöholm. Bedard slams down the cell. Stankoven drops. Waugh moves it. Drops it back for Bedard. The backhand shot was blocked by Engstrom. Sandin Pellikka feeds it back down to Carlsson. All this off a Canadian turnover. Carlsson pivots back. Looks down to Rosén. He's Zach Rosén. Swings it back towards the goal that was blocked by Wright. And now racing to it is Gunther. And Dylan Gunther bumped back around. Gaucher goes after it. In comes Fantilli with a big hit as he slams down Sjöholm. Lekkerimäki got his pocket picked from behind by Fantilli. Clark. Back to Allen. Up ahead to Dean. Zach Dean. Shoots from a sharp angle. Scored the Swedish power play goal. Wake up Leo Carlsson. Lines in, trying to drop that back. Hines got in the way, and Hines. Bedard's back out there with Waugh. And Stankoven. Waugh moves in, roll off his stick. Racing up is Clark to keep it alive. Poked by him, and now a 3-on-2 for Sweden. Engstrom moves in, and Hines comes across to take it away. Hines comes it back down to the Swedish zone. Waugh goes after it. Knocked away by Wagner, but Stankoven picks it up. For Bedard, that was knocked away. Hines moves up. Chipped by him, by Sternborg. Sternborg moves in, shoots. Milic the save. Loose puck in front. Milic knocks that away. The winner-go-home game. Lose the semifinal, you know you're still playing in a medal game. Lose on Monday, you're done. Oh, look out. Careful. Engstrom caught an edge there, went face first into the boards. Picked up by Wright.
And it all starts here. Engstrom, oh boy, rolls his left ankle, crashes in the board hard. And he takes a while to get up. He goes off the ice, but he never quite gets back to the play. You see, he never gets set. Good forecheck by Gunther. He jumps inside and then rips it through Sjöholm's feet. What a good pass this is. Sjöholm's trying to take the pass. Feels like.
Schaefer. Got it taken by Engstrom. Lead pass for Lysell. For the Vancouver Giants last year. That pass misfired. And the New Year's Eve party is starting early here in Halifax. Goal from the side of the little Milic bats at that. Sweden had a couple of players in their last game unable to play. Leo Carlsson couldn't start the game, and Lysell couldn't finish it. One of the Swedish team members asked me, why do you say under the weather instead of sick? I don't know. Bedard down to Korchinski. Shoots, goal! Bedard! The assist that ties the single tournament and all-time point record on the goal by Korchinski. But his first.
The quick release his wrist, or another turnover by Sandin Pelican, just chucks it around the board. After the forecheck, Bedard holds on to it. Bertuzzi activates down, and he catches Lindbaum thinking about the guy in front of the net. Movement.
And Waugh goes to it. Joshua Waugh flips that back down to the Swedish zone and tossing after his sheep.